Paul Heyman just declared war on Adam Pearce while Bron Breakker and Logan Paul led an army that seized control of Monday Night Raw in the most shocking power play of 2026. The Wiseman's master plan is unfolding, alliances are being forged, and WWE will never be the same. I've got the full breakdown right now, so hit that like button and let's dive in. Quick explosive transition with Suplex Rumble logo and dramatic sound effect. What is up, Suplex Rumble family? Welcome back to the premier destination for wrestling analysis, breakdowns, and all the drama that makes WWE absolutely electric. If you're new here, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and ring the bell because what happened on Raw this week is just the beginning of something massive. Alright, let's set the stage because what we witnessed wasn't just another episode of Monday Night Raw, this was a paradigm shift in WWE power dynamics. For weeks now, we've been seeing subtle hints, small cracks in the foundation, little moments that seemed insignificant at the time. But Paul Heyman? The Wiseman doesn't do anything without a plan. Every move is calculated, every word has purpose, and every alliance serves a greater strategy. Now, Adam Pearce has been the general manager of Monday Night Raw, and by all accounts, he's done a solid job maintaining order in what is essentially organized chaos. Managing WWE superstars is like herding cats, extremely talented, extremely competitive, and extremely unpredictable cats. Pearce has been the steady hand trying to keep Raw running smoothly. But here's the thing about power in WWE. It's always being challenged. There's always someone waiting in the wings, someone building their influence, someone preparing to make their move. And when that someone has the strategic brilliance of Paul Heyman behind them, you better believe something explosive is coming. Enter Bron Breakker, and can we just take a moment to appreciate this absolute specimen of an athlete? Second-generation superstar, son of Rick Steiner, nephew of Scott Steiner, and he's not just living up to the family legacy, he's surpassing it. Bron combines old-school power with modern athleticism in a way we rarely see. This man can hit a standing moonsault at 230 pounds of solid muscle. He's a freak athlete in the best possible way. Then you've got Logan Paul, and I know some of you are groaning right now, but let's be real for a second. Logan Paul has earned his spot in WWE. The man has put in the work, taken the bumps, and delivered in big matches. Whether you love him or hate him, Logan Paul makes WWE more interesting, and that's undeniable. And these two powerhouses? They're not alone. They've got allies, they've got a vision, and they've got Paul Heyman providing the blueprint. This is a recipe for revolution. Host, intense, engaged. So Raw is rolling along, and then we get the moment that changes everything. Paul Heyman requesting time to address Adam Pearce and the WWE Universe. Now, when Paul Heyman asks for a microphone, you know you're about to witness a masterclass in verbal destruction. This man doesn't just talk, he performs. Every word is chosen with surgical precision, every pause is designed for maximum impact, and every point builds toward a devastating conclusion. Heyman comes out, and you can immediately sense something is different. This isn't Heyman advocating for a single client or complaining about a booking decision. This is Heyman operating on a different level entirely. The Wiseman starts by acknowledging Adam Pearce, respectfully at first, giving credit where credit is due. He talks about the challenges of being a general manager, the impossible task of keeping everyone happy, the weight of responsibility. And the audience is nodding along because Heyman is being reasonable. But then, and this is where Heyman's genius shines, he starts pointing out the flaws in the system. Not aggressively, not disrespectfully, but logically. He's building a case like a master attorney, presenting evidence, connecting dots, and slowly revealing that Raw has been operating under a broken structure. Heyman talks about talent being underutilized. He mentions potential being wasted. He discusses how the current power structure benefits some at the expense of others. And every word is resonating because there's truth in what he's saying. The Wiseman then drops the nuclear bomb. He essentially tells Adam Pearce that his monopoly on authority is over. Heyman declares that there's a new coalition forming, a group of superstars who are taking control of their own destinies, and Adam Pearce can either adapt to this new reality or get swept aside by it. Adam Pearce, standing his ground, fires back. He reminds Heyman that he's the appointed authority on Raw, that there are rules, that there's a structure that needs to be maintained. Pearce isn't backing down, and you've got to respect that. He's defending his position with conviction. But Heyman counters every point. He questions who appointed Pearce. He challenges the legitimacy of arbitrary rules. He asks why talented superstars should accept a system that doesn't serve their interests. The Wiseman is dismantling Pearce's arguments one by one. The verbal exchange escalates. Voices are raising. The tension is suffocating. The WWE Universe is on the edge of their seats because they can feel this is about to explode. And then Heyman says the words that change everything. He tells Pearce to look at the stage, to look at the entrance ramp, and to see the future of Monday Night Raw. The camera pans to the stage, and that's when all hell breaks loose. Host, explosive energy. The music hits, and Bron Breakker explodes onto the stage. This man doesn't walk, he charges. The intensity, the confidence, the sheer presence. Bron Breakker looks like he's ready to run through anyone who stands in his way. Breakker storms down to the ring, and you can see Adam Pearce's expression changing. This isn't just another disgruntled superstar, this is one of the most dangerous men on the entire roster, and he's clearly aligned with Paul Heyman's vision. But Bron's not alone. Logan Paul's music hits next. Love him or hate him, Logan Paul knows how to make an entrance. He's soaking in the reaction, the boos, the cheers, the energy, and he's loving it. Logan makes his way to the ring with that swagger, that confidence that comes from knowing he's about to be part of something historic. And then the floodgates open. One by one, Heyman's allies start emerging. Superstars who've been waiting for this moment, who've been frustrated with the status quo, who are ready to take what they believe is rightfully theirs. The ring starts filling up. We're not talking about 2 or 3 people, we're talking about a legitimate faction, a united front of talent that represents a serious threat to the existing power structure. Paul Heyman is in the center of the ring, orchestrating this like a conductor leading a symphony of chaos. He's positioning each person, making sure the visual impact is maximum. This is calculated, this is planned, this is a statement. Adam Pearce is now surrounded. The general manager tries to call for security, but even the security team seems hesitant. How do you handle a situation where some of your top superstars have united in opposition to management? Heyman takes the microphone again and lays out the demands. This group wants equal opportunity for championships. They want input on creative direction. They want respect for their contributions to Raw. These aren't unreasonable requests, they're revolutionary in how they're being presented. The group starts making it clear that business as usual is over. They're not asking permission anymore, they're taking their power. This is a hostile takeover in every sense of the phrase. Other superstars start emerging from the back, some to challenge this new faction, others just to witness what's happening. The backstage area is chaos as everyone tries to figure out where they stand in this new landscape. Raw has descended into pandemonium. Lines are being drawn, sides are being chosen, and at the center of it all is Paul Heyman, the puppet master pulling all the strings. Host, analytical, passionate. Okay, let's take a breath and break down what this means for the future of WWE. First and foremost, Paul Heyman has just established himself as the most influential non-competitor on Monday Night Raw. The Wiseman isn't content managing 1 or 2 clients, he's building an empire. This is Heyman evolution, taking everything he's learned from decades in the business and creating something we've never seen before. For Bron Breakker, this is genius positioning. Bron already has the physical tools, the in-ring ability, and the pedigree to be a top star. But now he's got the political backing of Paul Heyman's strategic mind. That combination of brute force and tactical intelligence? That's championship material. We could be looking at a future WWE champion who dominates not just physically but strategically. Logan Paul's involvement cannot be understated. Logan brings mainstream attention to this angle. His social media reach means this story transcends wrestling and enters pop culture conversation. Plus, Logan has proven he can deliver in big moments. His presence makes this faction unpredictable and must-see. The other allies in this coalition each bring something unique to the table. Whether it's in-ring excellence, mic skills, or specific grudges against management, each member serves a purpose in Heyman's grand design. Now, what does this mean for Adam Pearce? The general manager's authority has been challenged in the most public way possible. Pearce has options. He can dig in and fight back, potentially escalating this into all-out warfare. He can negotiate and try to find common ground. Or he can call in reinforcements from WWE's corporate structure. Each choice has massive implications. Here's my prediction: WWE management can't allow this takeover to go unchallenged. We're going to see counter-factions forming. We're going to see superstars who support the traditional structure rallying behind Adam Pearce. This is going to create natural rivalries and matches with real stakes. Championship pictures just got complicated. If this faction has the power they're claiming, they could influence title matches, create opportunities for their members, and block opportunities for their opponents. That adds a political layer to every championship storyline moving forward. I'm predicting we see this build to something massive, maybe a traditional Survivor Series elimination match where control of Raw is literally on the line. Or perhaps a War Games match where these factions settle their differences in the most brutal environment WWE has to offer. The beauty of this storyline is that it has layers. You've got the political angle with Pearce versus Heyman. You've got the physical threats of Breakker and the allies. You've got the mainstream crossover appeal of Logan Paul. And you've got the potential for any superstar to choose a side and become involved. Host, energetic, building to crescendo. Let's give massive credit to everyone involved in crafting this storyline because this is what WWE does best when they're firing on all cylinders. Paul Heyman continues to prove he's irreplaceable. The man can take any situation and make it feel important. His ability to elevate talent, craft compelling narratives, and make audiences invest emotionally is absolutely unmatched in this industry. Heyman could read a phone book and make it sound like the most important thing you've ever heard. Bron Breakker is stepping into main event territory with authority. This young man has the complete package, the look, the ability, the intensity, and now the platform to showcase it all. The Breakker family legacy is in phenomenal hands. Logan Paul has earned his spot in these major storylines. The commitment to learning the craft, the willingness to take risks, and the ability to generate reactions makes Logan an asset to WWE. Whether you cheer or boo, you're invested, and that's what matters. Adam Pearce deserves recognition for playing the perfect authority figure. He's not a pushover, he's not incompetent, he's a legitimate presence trying to maintain order against overwhelming odds. That makes the conflict meaningful. The supporting cast in this faction brings depth to the storyline. Each person has their own motivations, their own storylines that can branch off from this central narrative. That's long-term booking done right. WWE Universe, this is the kind of storytelling that makes wrestling special. We're not just getting random matches, we're getting stakes, consequences, character development, and long-term narrative arcs. This is sports entertainment at its finest. Now here's what I need from you, my Suplex Rumble family. If you're hyped about this storyline, demolish that like button. Show YouTube that we want more wrestling content like this. Drop a comment and tell me, whose side are you on, Team Heyman or Team Pearce? Who else do you think joins this faction? How do you think this storyline resolves? What matches do you want to see come from this? Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on because this story is developing fast, and I'm bringing you analysis, predictions, and breakdowns for every single development. We're going to track this storyline from beginning to end. Share this video with your wrestling friends. Get them involved in the conversation. The more we discuss, debate, and analyze, the more fun this becomes. Huge shout out to all the performers involved for committing to this angle and making it feel real. These athletes work incredibly hard to entertain us, and we should celebrate their efforts. This is exactly why we love professional wrestling: the drama, the athleticism, the storytelling, the unpredictability. When WWE gets it right, there's nothing else like it in entertainment.